Okay, start talking. Who are you?
Hello. My name is Neil Kavanagh.
This is Neil. Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm Neil.
This is part two, if you like, of the excuse me, video blog. This is me in my work shirt with my work waistcoat and my work trousers. That's because I've been at work today and I'm now here at Neil's house because I stay here on Tuesdays. And this is Neil. Say something, Neil.
Hello, all.
Say more than that.
I'm really nervous.
Why are you nervous? He's nervous.
All right. Let's talk music.
Right. Will you start? We go back a very long way, Neil and I. We were probably in the first bands ever together, weren't we? Terrorplane, do you remember?
Before that,
Finchton,
yeah.
In the Guildables,
Yes.
playing epic songs with Nick Harris.
Yeah. We used to play Spoonful for about a week.
Yeah. Including the Clearwater Revival.
Yes. Jumpy
Right.
Jack Flash.
All my trousers on. Sorry. Yes, Jumpy Jack Flash. Did we do Jumpy Jack Flash?
Yeah, and we've come from there to here.
And here we are. Hello.
So we're going to do an album together.
We are. Another one.
45 years in the making. And I've managed to write a song.
You've got a song. It's great. It's called Ooh Baby, I Love You Very Much, except when you talk about my mother.
Yes. You see, instantly you say that, I'm trying to think of words that rhyme with much, and I came up with and a no.
Don't go there.
No.
But anyway, yeah, so we did the last album together, which was quite an experience, and that was good fun.
It was great fun. Great fun. I got to
Oh,
sort of like
forgot.
scythe massive great parts out that you'd written,
Yeah.
spent hours constructing.
Yeah, it was a bit brutal of you, really. Cut out all my Wagner tubes, they just went. Contrabassoon, all gone. Shocking it was. So,
My friend John's an extremely accomplished musician, but sometimes...
They all know me as Francis, you see.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
Now, I think I'm the only person on the planet that calls him John.
Apart from my sister.
Yeah, and I just can't get out the habit. So if I say John and mean Francis, my apologies, but it's the same fella. Yeah, so he's a very accomplished musician and writes these wonderful, wonderful things and then gives them to me and I have to kind of like pair them into some kind of presentation because there's, for most people, there's just probably too much to focus on.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so that was my job on the last album. But I really enjoyed it.
It was great. It was really nice. I really enjoyed doing that.
Yeah.
It was really good. But we do go back a long way. The first band we were in was called Terrorplane. We had a van. Do you remember the van?
We had a van.
Didn't go.
Oh, it went, but nobody could drive it.
Did it go? Did
Yeah,
it?
so we used to push everything down to the rehearsal hall at the bottom of the hill in a pram.
We did, yeah.
And you had this ridiculous Triumph amplifier, which is the size of a wardrobe.
It was enormous. It was an electric wardrobe. Like
It was just horrendous. The thing was unliftable. It was made of lead, I think.
Sure.
Anyway, we used to put it in this pram, and we could go down to the rehearsal hall with maybe
the Wesley
six,
Youth Club in
Yeah.
Maidstone, yeah.
with maybe 6 or 8 trips in the pram. But then we bought a van, which was fantastic because we could do it in one trip. But coming back was an issue.
Because it was all uphill, wasn't it?
Yes.
And we had to push it. Nobody could drive. And the van, I don't think it went anywhere. It was an old Bedford 3-gear thing. And
I remember buying that. I remember negotiating.
30 quid it cost.
Yes. And I remember this guy phoned us up from like, we were in Maidstone and this guy was like Sittingbourne. And I said, okay, we'll buy your van. And he said, well, you've got to come and see it. And I said, well, we can't come and see it because none of us can drive. And he said, well, how do I know you're going to buy it? I said, well, if you can drive it here, it must be all right and we'll buy it.
Yeah, but it wasn't all
It
right.
seemed a good philosophy at the time.
It wasn't all right.
He packed up, I think he got stuck in reverse or something. Anyway, but it was really more of a hut then, because a wheeled hut,
That's right.
because we could store everything in it and roll it down the hill.
Yeah, and then push it back uphill. It was great.
With the pram.
With the pram.
Yeah.
It was great. And from then on, Neil was the first real bass player in the Enid, weren't you, Neil? But
But don't tell Robert.
don't tell Robert.
No, don't tell Robert, because he won't acknowledge my existence. I didn't like Robert very much.
Really?
No. We
You
didn't.
must be one of the few people on the planet. Sorry, we won't go.
Yeah, we won't go there. But to be fair, it was a long time ago, and we just didn't see eye to eye. And there you go. There you go.
You did see eye to eye, but he didn't like you seeing eye to eye. You had him by the scruff.
Because
of
we
the neck
both
or
saw
the-
eyeball to eyeball.
Anyway, well, We'll draw a vet.
I'm a blunt northerner, and anyway, but no matter. It's okay now.
And then we lost touch, didn't we, for years and years and years.
Well, you ran away
I did run away, yeah.
to Tralee.
I went to live in Ireland.
Tralee.
I played in a band called Celtic Clan. I played bouzouki. Yes, and I taught piano in the Tralee School of Music.
This is long before the internet and video phones or whatever. So, I don't know, letter. And we didn't write very much in those days. We don't write much now.
I don't write at all.
But, yeah, we lost contact, and then...
2004.
Really?
10 years ago. 11 years ago.
Funny, because I honestly can... Although I know we lost contact, it didn't seem for long to me. So, in as much as... Yeah, we lost contact, and yeah... But then I got on with bits of my life, and you were doing bits of your life, and probably 10 years went by and nobody noticed.
Yeah, it was a bit like that.
Yeah, and then... But then
Well, I'd given up playing then. I didn't play for 20 years.
That's very true. Very true. He gave up playing, and we met, and he told me he didn't own a guitar. I was horrified.
Mm.
You have to have a guitar, John Francis. You have to. I mean, the idea of him not having a guitar is nuts.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah. So although this is like the Mutual Appreciation Society, it's not. There's something about the way this guy plays that is not the same as anybody else, and it's kind of like. No,
That's very true.
No, that's a compliment.
Oh,
Not that he played it between his legs or anything like that. What I mean is, it just you give him a part to play and say, okay, there's this 8-bar part, and you give 100 guitarists, and 90 of them would be roughly the same, and 9 would be a bit sort of different, and he'd be completely oblique.
And then, yeah, it wouldn't work. Well,
Yeah.
I did.
You reminded me of Chris Spedding.
Chris Spedding.
Yeah.
I remember Chris Spedding. But, so, that's about it, really. So, sorry, we're about to embark upon this vast new venture, me and him and I, Neil and I. It's great, it's lovely working with Neil, we're dear friends, we've known each other, well, since Finchton really, we were good friends at Finchton.
Well, it's 40 odd years.
No, frightening, isn't it?
It seems like yesterday.
They were very odd years as well, a lot of them actually. Sorry, yes, carry on.
Well, that's true.
I had a Columbus guitar, it was dreadful, do you remember? And we played...
Oh yeah, the bridge kept moving.
Yeah, it fell over. If I hit it too hard, I had to be a bit careful with it. And we sit in the guild, and this place, the Gildables, was one of the rooms. Don't ask me to explain. One of the rooms in Finchton, it had this stove, a coke burning stove, but you had to be careful because it gave off carbon monoxide. So you had to keep an eye on each other, and if you saw the other person going very pink, you had to get out for a while and just detox. Do you remember that?
We used to stoke it up till it glowed red.
And throb.
And it was like this sort of like molten belly.
It was horrible.
And it was tropical inside the room.
Incredible.
And outside the room it was like -10.
Yeah.
And people would come in and immediately take all their clothes off. They'd defrost in an instant.
And then pass out in front of it. It was good. It's a miracle we survived. Anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being patient and listening. We shall keep you posted, as I said. Anyway, this is Neil. Bit by bit, I'll introduce you to some other folks as well. So,
And there'll be some snippets of music along the way as
Yeah,
it
well-
comes together. It'll be an interesting journey.
I
I'm
hope
looking
so.
forward to it.
All right, matey.
Yes.
See you soon. Toodle bit.
Bye.
I've got to turn it off now, so I'm going to get very close. And don't get scared.